well. The culture was bad. I went on a mental health break because I honestly just could not deal with life at the time. So I took about a month and a half off of work, came back to work, and was immediately served with a PIP. If you don't know what a PIP is, it's a performance improvement plan. Pretty much they're saying you need to improve in certain areas, and if you don't within a certain time frame, then you risk being terminated. Before I went on my mental health sabbatical, I kept raising concerns and voicing concerns about me being overworked, me working within a role that I technically wasn't supposed to be in, that I had no knowledge or experience in. Therefore, a lot of the projects I was working on weren't working or connecting because I wasn't supposed to be doing the stuff that I was doing. And I took that as their response to me for going on this mental health break. Like, oh, so you want to take a month and a half off of work and leave us with your accounts? Bet. Now we're going to serve you with the PIP. So I quit. I quit literally the next day. I put in my resignation and said, you know what, sayonara, I'm just going to pray to God and have faith that God's going to work the situation out for me because I quit without a plan. But what I was doing while I was on the mental health break is I was applying to other jobs. I typically will just always apply just to see what's out there. You never really know. And at the end of the day, job security is not a real thing. It's always important to just explore your options. Right after I quit that job with those miserable people, I ended up getting an offer a couple days later. And now I'm in freaking California. An hour outside of Los Angeles with the freaking hills outside my window, sitting in the Four Seasons with a 10,000 plus salary increase and a better job title. And I would not have gotten all of these things if I didn't just say, you know what, I want better for myself. And if I didn't apply myself to getting better, I would still be at that job with those miserable people and me being miserable as well. I was working.
All right, so I'll say this, guys. Don't listen to that. There's a lot more to that story that she's leaving out. I don't know all of the back context, but I'm just going to take it from what she said. She left for a mental health break. But was it really a mental health break? Because she said while she was out, she was applying for jobs. She was doing this. Apparently, she was interviewing for jobs, too. Which, again, you'll never hear me complain about you going out and interviewing for jobs and applying for jobs. I think you should always apply for jobs. I think you should always hunt. You never know when the day is going to come and you're going to be in a situation where you're going to need a job. You're going to need to move to something else. Do not get stagnant in your current role. Always hunt. The wolf is always hunting. Always go get it. So I don't have a problem with it. But she called it a mental health break. The other thing that she said is that she had a PIP waiting. So my guess is that there were some performance issues. And this just is me guessing. She didn't say it. She didn't provide that level of context. But my guess is that there was some, there were maybe some performance issues, at least from the manager's perspective. Maybe not from her perspective. There was some coaching involved. And oftentimes we like to sit back and say that there was some mental health issues, that the manager is bullying you. The manager is making it a hostile work environment. All of those type of terms, when in fact, the manager doesn't think that you're performing at the level they expect you to perform. Now, didn't say that you weren't doing what you're supposed to do, but oftentimes the manager may perceive that you're not doing or meeting the expectations they have for you. And so now all of a sudden the manager is getting on you, saying something to you, pushing you a little harder than you want to be pushed to perform, because that's why you're there, is to work, right? Is to perform, is to meet those expectations, both by the manager and ultimately by the stockholders. And so that push is what gave you the mental health issues, and you decide that you need to step away, and that's cool. The reality is that, if you've been there for a year, 1,250 hours, I believe, you're entitled to a certain amount of FMLA, right? And I think it's 12 weeks. So your job would have been protected. You said that you were out for a month and a half, which is 6 weeks. So you would have been soundly within that 12-week FMLA approval. Now, I don't know if maybe you started a little bit too, you weren't there for a year. Maybe you didn't have those 1,250 hours already established and you didn't fall within the FMLA protections. So I just always caution you when we start talking about mental health breaks and mental health issues, particularly at work. And the reason I say don't listen to this is because, man, it's tough out here. I'm glad that it worked out for her. I'm glad that she was able to find something that worked out a little bit better for her. I'm glad that she was able to get away from those toxic people, those mean old people that she was working with. I'm glad that she was able to find a new job that was paying her a little bit more. And now she's in California, in the Four Seasons, by the mountains. I'm cool. But the reality is that doesn't happen for most people. Doesn't happen. Now, if you find yourself in this situation, do exactly what she did. Go out and continue to hustle. Go out and continue to look. Go out and continue to search. Keep hunting. Don't get comfortable. But be careful how you quit your job, because it may not always have one sitting on the side waiting for you. Hey, love to hear your comments. Again, thanks for listening. You guys take care.